Hello, everyone. I am Ingrid Helena Pajo, and I'm presenting you my master thesis, Plain Perceptions, Returning to the Material Through Weaving. How to get close to the stuff the world is made of. By weaving fabric has found textile artist Anni Albers. With my thesis, I'm looking for these moments of being close to the material of the world. In the techniques of forming the material by hand, in the beginnings of textile technologies, I have met these moments, seen more clearly what there is and what is coming. How the yarn is born, where the fabric begins, what is the minimum needed for weaving. I want to know it, to sense it through. I want to be there, in the birth of textile, where the material starts its transformations, to create with what I find from my immediate surroundings. In the practical part of the work, the basic spinning and weaving technologies are worked through using found materials. I picked and gathered, found things that others no longer needed or maybe never found necessary. I picked few of them. Few fibers that are good to spin into yarn, few sticks that are long enough, straight enough. I spun wool into yarn, just enough to warp it. I stuck the sticks into the ground, into clay or pieces of cardboard. I warped on them and tied in more sticks to keep the shed and some more threads. One thread around me, one thread around the tree. And between the two threads and sticks, warp waiting for the weft. The project was shown as a workshop installation in this May and June in Ars showroom, Tallinn. It showed materials gathered by me, combining both raw fibers, like lamb's wool, dog hair, human hair, horse hair, silk, palm leaves, linen, and the tools made out of wood, bone, stone, iron, steel, reed, etc. Fibers were spun into yarn with the spindles exhibited. Yarns were warped and shown as looms, most ancient or simplest that are known. Therefore, the exhibition was a workspace while the process was ongoing. Spindles were ready to spin the fibers, and looms were waiting for the weft. And during the show, I was spinning and weaving. Exhibition was growing and changing little by little. The written part of my thesis is a nest of words for my sensations, for my practical work. Text is divided into three. In the first part, I describe meanings created by forming materials into objects by hand, and set out views on the perception of the material world and the importance of tactile cognition, despite the industrial mass production of objects. In the second part, I unveil the worldview of a weaver. What feelings are accompanying the process of creating textile? What comes on the surface of the mind while weaving? I'm digging into the descriptions of earliest textile techniques, hand spinning and weaving in particular, to go deeper, nearer to the roots of basic needs for covering and for creating meaning through following order given by raw materials. The third part is observing the use of found materials in creation and in life, while recognizing that by forming objects by hand, more sensitive relationship with material is reached, and connecting this with the basic technologies of weaving, with action. I'm wondering, while being in the process, where the material for making is coming from, and how would look like finding this material from here close to me. Plain perceptions, returning to the material through weaving, is a handful of words, threads and sticks, and at the same time, it's a wet thread in my warp of being. Not for convincing anyone the work is made, but for bringing my own recognitions to life. It is an attempt to experience existence with one's own hands, to recognize that existence means togetherness with everything that's here right now. Thank you for listening.